Okay, here we go. Alright, y'all, this is T here with my first ever movie review for the movie Suicide Squad. Y'all might have heard about it. We're going to do some movie reviews every now and then here on Tacardia Studios channel. But I usually don't really get into movie reviews all like that because of various reasons. I'll I'll share that with you in a later video. But I want to do a review of Suicide Squad because it's very intriguing with all the backlash and all the nonsense going about it. So I went ahead and seen the movie for myself, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts about it with you. Now, this is all spoilers, so if y'all haven't watched this video right now and you haven't seen the movie, get the fuck out. Okay, Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer. David Ayer is a lot of you guys that's watching the video. I don't know if you guys are deep off in Hollywood news or study Hollywood, but David Ayer is the guy who wrote the legendary film Training Day. His directorial works also include the movie Street Kings with Forest Whitaker and Keanu Reeves, Fury that came out a couple years ago, the Tank movie with Brad Pitt. He also directed another good movie called In the Watch, came out in 2012 with Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. He's known for putting together a lot of cop dramas too, because I believe his background is, I think he used to work at a police station, or he used to work at internal affairs at the LAPD, something like that. Now, when I first heard he was brought on to the Suicide Squad project, I said, okay, yeah, this shit might work. David Ayer, writer of Training Day, yeah, let's go, let's get it. But I also said to myself, you know, this is DC, so it's bound to be some bullshit. Now, Suicide Squad is a team of villains that consist of Deadshot, Harley Quinn. Well, it all depends on the incarnation. This particular incarnation is Task Force X. So that includes Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Joker, Captain Boomerang, Diablo, Rick Flag, Slipknot, Enchantress. I know I'm missing a few other people. But I'm more of a Marvel guy, I'm telling you right now. So I'm not that familiar with too many DC characters, especially lesser known DC characters. Outside of Batman, Superman. I know they're not lesser known, but I'm most familiar with Batman, Superman, sometimes Flash, sometimes Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern, the main heroes of DC. Now, the Suicide Squad movie, I was kind of surprised that DC was gonna do a out the box type movie this early in their cinematic universe, but I mean, hey, what's wrong with taking creative risks? So fuck it. Now, we're going to get into the cast and characters of Suicide Squad. Now, you got Will Smith playing Deadshot. I was kind of iffy at first, but I mess with Will Smith. Black actors, man. I mess with Will Smith, so I wouldn't think that he would commit to the role long term, because I did read that he signed a multi-picture deal. So we will be seeing more Will Smith as Deadshot in future movies down the road. Now, the second character is Harley Quinn, played by the lovely Margot Robbie. She's the same girl that played Leonardo DiCaprio's whore in The Wolf of Wall Street, and she also played in roles for this movie called, I believe, forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it right, Ziva Zachariah. I think that's the name of it. But she's a real good actress, and trust me, she knocked Harley Quinn out the park. Okay, the next character we got is the Joker, played by Jared Leto. He won the Academy Award, I believe, in 2014 for the movie Dallas Buyers Club for playing. I think he played a transgender woman, I believe. Then we have Amanda Waller, played by the brilliant Viola. I can't pronounce her name right. Viola Davis. And my black audience, you should already know who Viola Davis is. Captain Boomerang is played by Jai Courtney, which I don't understand why people don't like him. A lot of people say he mailed it in on the Terminator movie. I'm not familiar with too many movies he made outside of Terminator. Rick Flag played by Joel Kellerman. And fun fact, Tom Hardy was originally set to play the role of Rick Flag, but due to scheduling conflicts with the movie with DiCaprio, The Revenant, he couldn't play Rick Flag. Brilliant career choice. But and then we got Slipknot. And then we got Enchantress. I'm not familiar with the actors and the names. And then we have Killer Croc. And I can't pronounce his name either. I'm just gonna call him AAA. Now, Killer Croc is typically a Batman villain, and I believe that he'll be used somewhere down the line in a Batman movie. All right, now we're gonna get into the plot and pacing. Well, the entire movie in general. Now, this movie wasn't great. It wasn't terrible as the fucking critics perceive, but it damn sure was flawed. Now, I'm gonna start at the beginning. Now, the pacing of the movie, it's a lot of stuff in the movie in the very beginning of the movie that I felt like you couldn't have built up some fucking suspense at least, and then showed the character. I mean, I wasn't expecting to see the Joker that fucking early in the movie. Hell, I wasn't even expecting to see Deadshot that early in the movie. But, you know, then again, it's an ensemble cast and Will Smith is the biggest star. So, yeah, I kind of not surprised that he's the first face you see in the movie. But then you got Will Smith walking through the alley with his daughter. You know, sweet moment. But then you got Batman swooping through the alley, and that shit looked fucking terrible. It looked like something out of a low budget UPN movie or some shit. That shit was fucking terrible. The stunt coordinators, I don't know what the fuck y'all. I don't even know why the fuck y'all let that take go. The pacing of the movie was just kind of off. And then what I did like in the beginning of the movie when Amanda Waller was going through the dossiers and going through the profiles of all the criminals and whatnot. I did like the graphics. I did like the graphics. I did like the visual effects. That shot with Deadpool when he was holding his gun and the bullets are raining and he has his hands out like that. That was fucking perfect. Now I give Suicide Squad applause for that, because that is straight out of a splash page of one of the comic books that I've seen, and it's even the pictures. You can even find a picture on the internet. I'm putting it up right now. That shit was fucking perfect. And then it came across Harley Quinn in her intro, and I like the music that they use with the "You Don't Own Me" song from that girl Grace. I like that song, but it has her criminal history flashed across the screen, which can't nobody with a normal mind read that fucking fast. I pointed out, I seen something. I seen some other reviewers talk about it too. I seen something across the screen that said that she was allegedly responsible for the murder of Jason Todd. And if you don't know who Jason Todd is, that's the other Robin in the Batman family. And in Batman vs Superman, the scene where Batman walked through the Batcave, and then he seen the Robin suit and it had ha sprayed on it. That made everybody insinuate that the Joker killed Robin. But the fact that Harley Quinn insinuated, and Harley Quinn's probably killed Robin, it kind of doesn't make sense to me. Or maybe she was partially responsible, or maybe she led to it. I don't know. Maybe they'll touch on that in a future movie. It felt like the movie didn't have a fucking second act. It just felt like it was a whole bunch of exposition, and then the first act, then a whole bunch of exposition, and then there was no second act. Suddenly we're in the thick of the fucking action, and then they're down here in Midtown City, or what's it called, Midway City? Yeah, they're down there in Midway City, and then it's just a whole bunch of just goons running. It's like a fucking video game. What's that video game you used to play? It's like that game Afro Samurai. Anybody that watches ever play Afro Samurai, you know how they just throw like 1,000 motherfuckers at you just for you to beat, and then after a while it gets boring. That's what it felt like. And then on top of that, this is supposed to be some type of Enchantress is supposed to be some type of supernatural threat, and yet you got these mere mortals that's whooping the fuck out of potentially supernatural threats. I mean, you got Harley Quinn with a fucking bat, Deadshot, who was low key badass with his wrist mounted machine guns. And all these motherfuckers are mere mortals, and they're beating metahumans. It's just kind of doesn't fucking make sense. And then I'm gonna tell you this: I don't even understand why the fuck that they even advertised Slipknot or promoted Slipknot being this fucking movie. I see this motherfucker all plastered on posters all throughout the theater and shit, all on the internet. All for this nigga to be fucking killed off in a matter of like for the first 20 minutes of the movie. This nigga, Captain Boomerang, they also trying to plot some slick shit for them to escape. So then not Boomerang. So then fucking Slipknot try to escape. Guess what? You're dead, motherfucker. Blew his head right the fuck off. I'm like, why the fuck did you even put him in the fucking movie if he's gonna die in a matter of 20 minutes? I mean, the only remarkable scene he had when he punched that female security guard as soon as he stepped out the truck. Back to the fucking city battle or whatever. Look, you guys, I'm getting fucking tired. Look, I love superhero movies, man, but how many fucking times are we gonna see the big glowing portal in the sky getting ready to annihilate the city? How many times we gonna see that shit? I seen that shit in Man of Steel in 2013. I seen that shit in the Avengers, the first Avengers, a year prior to that. How many that must be like the standard superhero disaster final battle type scene. Like, oh my God, it's a portal up in the sky, the world's gonna end. I mean, why don't y'all find something else, especially for the fucking Suicide Squad? I mean, you could have had the Flash pop up. Superman is allegedly dead. You could have the Flash pop. You could have Wonder Woman show up somewhere. Why are you gonna have to get the fucking scum of the earth, a bunch of mere mortals, to fight a fucking supernatural threat? It just doesn't make no fucking sense to me, man. All right, and then you got the relationship between Harley Quinn and the Joker. Now, I love how they portrayed the relationship, but it came off it really has an abusive relationship. And then the scenes were all fucking choppy and shit. To be honest with you, I think they should have let Joker alone in this movie. He really had no fucking point. He was more like a subplot to me. I don't understand. The Joker is just like, I mean, he was. I'm not put it like this. I'm not used to seeing Joker as like the boyfriend type. I'm used to this motherfucker being a sadistic, heartless, fucking narcissistic criminal, degenerate that cares nothing about himself. Hell, the Joker doesn't even give a fuck about himself. Now, I'm gonna slide this in here. I love Jared Leto's performance as the Joker. See, the difference between... I mean, he had a few elements of Heath Ledger's Joker, but the difference between Heath Ledger's Joker and Jared Leto's Joker is Heath Ledger was more... first I'm going to say Jared Leto. Jared Leto's Joker was more so like a contemporary gangster. He had the Cash Money Millionaire's Platinum Grill done by Paul Wall. He had the tattoos all over him, and plus he was stylish. he had racks on him. I mean, he owned a club. He was a smart Joker. He owned a club. He owned businesses. He drove a purple Lambo. I mean, he had money. He was stylish. He cared about his appearance. On the other hand, Heath Ledger's Joker was a straight up fucking terrorist. Didn't give a fuck about anything. Didn't give a fuck about his appearance. His face paint started breaking off and spreading on his face like a fucking disease. His hair started getting dirty and crinkly through how the movie progressed. He didn't give a fuck about himself. He didn't give a fuck about anything. He didn't even give a fuck about money. Any man who burns a mountain of $5 million, however the fuck much money he was, and not give a shit about it, doesn't care about anything at all. You don't care about $5 million. You don't care about nothing, not even including your own life. Now, and while I'm talking about the Joker, this is why DC fails. Why the fuck did you cut over possibly an hour's worth of scenes with the Joker? That's a cardinal sin, man. You cannot cut out the Joker in any movie, regardless of the situation. Because I'm going to tell you this. The thing about Suicide Squad, they had to throw a few familiar characters in there because when you're taking a risk like that with DC, especially with DC, those characters are all lesser known. So the studio probably said, "Fuck it, we gotta throw Joker in there, we gotta throw Batman in there, we gotta throw some familiar faces in there, so the audience can recognize a few things, a few characters, and get interested." Because I don't even know if a Suicide Squad movie by itself with nobody that's familiar, no familiar characters at all, I don't know if that will sell or not. Only God knows. But you can't cut Joker out of the movie like that, man. Even Jared Leto himself said that it was wrong. I mean, like I said, I just feel like Joker was just inserted in just for ticket sales. I mean, he really didn't even have to be in the fucking movie, to be honest. But I did like the abusive relationship dynamic with Joker and Harley, because really Harley Quinn for real was kind of like one of those girls that they hood niggas, and they feel like those type of girls stick around the hood niggas because they feel like they can change them. Harley, remember that scene where Harley was having a hallucination by the Enchantress, and her hallucination was she wasn't all deranged and shit like that. She didn't have the hair all everywhere. She was looking like normal Margot Robbie. Had a haircut, had a baby, and Jared Leto looked like normal Jared Leto. No Joker tattoos, clean face, clean shaven, nice suit, all that shit. She thought that he could change. She can change him because that's not the life that they wanted. But the fact that Joker it was kind of like a fatal attraction type thing too. I mean, like Harley's whole Stockholm syndrome, all that shit. I mean, hey, what can I say? That's the way it was in the cartoon growing up. Harley and Joker was inseparable. It was damn near fatal. I mean, if Joker dies, Harley dies, and vice versa. And it showed in the scene where Joker was trying to get Harley to jump on a helicopter with him. He didn't give a fuck if the helicopter was about to blow up and fall down. It's like, nigga, I want to see Harley. I don't give a fuck if I'm about to die. If we both die, we gonna die together. Now, I'm gonna also get on the weak ass villain, which is the Enchantress. I don't know. At first, I thought they made her part of the squad. I don't know if she flipped on them or what, but this Enchantress chick, I'm not too familiar with, but I mean, what exactly was her motivation? Like I said, no, I know what her motivation was, but like I said, you got people like people like Suicide Squad going up against her. And by the way, that CGI was so fucking bad when she was in her queen form. I mean, and what the fuck was going on with her body? Was she doing? It looked like she was doing a fucking Millie Rock. I Millie Rock on any block. I'm like, what the? Why the fuck is she moving and gyrating like that? And and then what was it? I think all it fucking took was Will Smith to Killer Croc first. Killer Croc, no, let me get on Killer Croc right quick. Killer Croc to me was like a stereotypical ass a black guy. He was like a stereotypical black guy. I mean, he was just like saying just token shit like I'm beautiful. He sounded like Debo in a he sounded like Debo in a fucking crocodile outfit. I mean, to me he served no purpose in the movie either, just for a couple of lame one-liners. And then for all the one-liners in the theater I was at, people was literally like yawning and just being quiet as fuck. Like, it just seemed like they tried too hard to be funny to me. I mean, I don't get it. And then you got, and see, this is why I be talking about the difference between DC and Marvel. When Marvel does certain things, it feels natural. As I was watching this movie, I felt like they were just literally like throwing characters in the audience face. Hey guys, here's Batman. Look, it's Superman. And oh yeah, by the way, they even had a guy at the beginning that had a Superman T-shirt on the back. It said "Remember." I mean, not even like 5 minutes. No, not even 2 minutes into the movie. And I mean, they just kept on shoehorning little shit in, like, "Hey guys, Aquaman. Look, the Flash." I mean, it just didn't seem normal. It just kept on. Just felt like they just kept on trying to just throw shit in our face. And then you had the post-credit scene that felt so like Iron Man 2 with Tony Stark and Nick Fury in the briefing room telling him about, oh yeah, here's the Avengers Initiative. We fucking know the Justice League is coming. Jesus Christ. We know the Justice League is coming. We don't have to see any picture. We don't have to see any more pictures about this. And then you got the Flash popping up when Captain Boomerang was attempting to rob the bank, like, no honor among thieves. Shh, waka waka waka. Like, what the fuck? I didn't even need to see that shit. It's like, wow, it's the Flash. I mean, I understand DC is trying to universe build, and I really hate to sound like a fucking fanboy. But look, Marvel had 13 movies of that shit. 13 movies of universe building. DC is trying to stuff this shit in like a dildo too big for a vagina, all in like 3 movies, man. I mean, come on, man. You gotta crawl, DC. You gotta crawl before you walk. I mean, but like I said, Suicide Squad wasn't that bad. It's just the fact that you cut Joker scenes, which should be a fucking cardinal sin. And then, you know, like I said, I like Jared Leto's performance. I mean, I like the Scarface gangster mobster Joker. I like that as a different take on the character. But you don't cut scenes from the Joker, man. And one thing about not DC Comics, but Warner Brothers DC, y'all cannot keep doing that shit where you fuck up in a theatrical release and then be like, oh fuck it, we're just gonna put everything out on the DVD. We worried about DVD sale. If that's the fucking case, put the fucking movie out direct to DVD and be fucking done with it. Because you're gonna lose an audience like that, DC. You're going to lose a fucking audience like that. These people are not going to see the movie in the theaters because once they catch on to your bullshit. And then I heard Zack Snyder directed a scene or something like that, or consulted on a scene in Suicide Squad. I'm not sure about that. I might do another video on this when I find out. But yeah, man, Suicide Squad, it wasn't that bad, man. I mean, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good either. It could have been much better. Some people equate this to DC's Guardians of the Galaxy. I get it, you know, music choice and all the other stuff. I mean, I appreciate DC for thinking out the box, But you can't keep fumbling the ball like this shit. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this: if Wonder Woman bombs, the shit is a closed book. It's over. And then I'm gonna even go further. If Doctor Strange that would come out in November, and I hate to say I doubt it. I don't want to ever say I doubt any. I don't ever want to say I doubt Marvel anything. But if Doctor Strange becomes more relevant and outgrosses Suicide Squad, DC is in trouble because Doctor Strange is a movie. Doctor Strange is a character that nobody in the general public pretty much knows about outside of people in the comic book, like myself in the comic book community. Nobody knows about Doctor Strange. Now, hell, nobody knows about Suicide Squad except for the people in the comic book community. But yeah, if Wonder Woman bombs, man, if Doctor Strange end up doing better than fucking better critically and financially, I doubt it's gonna do better financially than Suicide Squad. DC is in trouble, man. I mean, y'all gotta stop putting out bombs because, to be honest with you, I kind of wanted DC to put out a better off. I thought DC was better off putting out a Batman movie first. I mean, Man of Steel was cool, but Batman, Superman, that shit was a total fumble on their part, man. I can't co-sign that type of shit. That was a total fumble. But granted, I will say that Suicide Squad was better than Batman Superman. And I'm going to give Suicide Squad a 6.5 out of 10. Average movie rating. I'm not going to go too low. I'm not going to go too high. It didn't wow me, man. It didn't wow me at all. Nothing about the movie wowed me. I mean, you had a few funny parts in there. Like, one of the funniest parts of the whole movie is when Batman popped up. Oh yeah, by the way, Batman in this movie, he didn't really have to be in this bitch too, but at the same time, they had to have, like, they wanted you to see the criminal's point of view. So, you know, for the criminals, Batman is the antagonist. So yeah, I get it. But the funniest scene to me when Joker and Harley was, you know, it was chilling in the purple Lambo, you know, driving around having a night on the town or whatever. And then Batman, he don't be on top of the Lambo and shit. So then they fall in the water. Harley in the water. Batman do a Michael Phelps dive into the water. So then Harley up there acting like she dead and shit, and acting like she drowned. Then she all going crazy with the pocket knife. And Batman came up like, bitch! And then she just fell out. It just... I mean, damn, the misogyny in this movie was crazy. I mean, we had bitches getting beat the fuck up, knocked the fuck out. God damn. And then you had comment in this movie which completely went over my head. What the fuck was he doing in the fucking movie? I mean, just another black guy dead, right? And then I'm gonna tell you something else. This movie was kind of like, I feel like the PG-13 rating in this movie kind of held it the fuck back, because to me, this is why Deadpool worked, but Deadpool is an R-rated character on top of that. So Deadpool worked because Deadpool's already an R-rated character. There is no watering down in this motherfucker. DC was trying to get the kids in on this shit. I was getting fucking tired of this fucking implied censored violence. I wanted to see, nigga, this is a fucking movie about villains, nigga. Nothing but blood, guts, degenerates, niggas who don't give a fuck, niggas who got triple life sentences and shit, niggas who on death row. Ain't no sugarcoating that shit. Them niggas ain't got nothing to lose, man. Fuck it. Let them niggas shoot somebody in the head, cut somebody head off and shoulder shit. I want to see some blood. If it's a movie about villains, I want to see curse words flew out. I want to see blood. I want to see guts. You already had the misogyny. How couldn't you couldn't have had the real violence going down? I mean, come on, man. I hope if they make a Suicide Squad sequel, it's gonna be rated R. Please let it be rated R. I'm getting tired of these fucking... I mean, a movie about villains shouldn't be PC. Shit. As long as you don't let Zack Snyder direct it or have anything to do with it, y'all good. But anyway, This is my very first review. I hope y'all like it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. I probably get a lot of thumbs down. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever the fuck you want to do. My name is T. I catch y'all on the flip side. I ain't got my shirt. I can't throw nothing. Damn. I'm doing what the Gabby Show does. Bye, guys.